great show for you today, but we'd like to start it off with a public health announcement, specifically concerning one of our members on the table. We won't say who. Oh, damn, we all looked.
Mga yawa.
Okay, but one of us in the table is not gonna drink anymore. Apparently, has been advised by his doctor not to drink anymore.
Their doctor.
He has a medical condition.
Yes. They have got. Siya ay nay
Gastritis.
gastritis.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Kinsa na siya?
Mama nang kanang sa bones, di ba? It's good. Joints.
Isn't that osteoporosis?
No, it's arthritis. Work with me here.
Always,
Is that what?
always say
He's been
yes.
sitting straight
Always say
all
yes.
day.
Ha? Kinsa na?
It's coming with a lot of rules. No more drinking.
No more drinking.
No tomatoes.
No tomatoes. That was the second thing that they said.
No
No
spice.
tomatoes.
No tomatoes.
No spicy food.
spice.
No caffeine.
Wow, that
No
sounds like
ca-
one
You
of your
can't cough.
songs. Diba?
Beto.
No alcohol. No tomatoes. No spicy food.
No slouching.
Yeah.
No slouching.
What was your explanation?
Huh?
Like, ngano,
Unsay ako?
I mean, what was their explanation?
For that
Kato siya nga tao.
mag-slouch.
Kato siya nga tao. Okay, na siya problema sa iyang stomach.
Okay.
Specifically, na-fuck up na yung ang
Why?
things within.
Because of
His
too much
stomach?
drinking, right?
Dili.
Why?
Oh, why?
Because sa kanang excessive mo produce o kanang...
Podcast episodes.
Oh, mao ginang i-produce.
It's like, the doctor was like, don't tell me you've been doing podcasts. We're at 55 episodes, doc. Oh my God. Oh, I
It's
maintenance.
terminal.
Ano?
It's terminal.
And now he's on maintenance because
Dili,
of-
wala.
Hindi man.
Wala man siya
Dili
nag-maintenance.
siya maintenance. Ano siya, pang-healing
Wala
lang. This is how to solve your problem. Diba? That person,
diba?
whoever that was.
and his problem is podcasting.
Diba naingon mo po sila na, it's not about stress, man, Jude.
O, gingnan to siya. Gingnan to siya nga, it's not really about stress.
It's about your stomach.
It's not about the podcast.
It's about what you do after you get stressed out.
During the podcast.
And what does this person do during
What do
the
you
podcast?
do? What do they do after ma-stress out days sa'yo?
Ambot mo inom. Mo inom.
He
Mukaon
drinks.
og fatty nga foods. Mukaon og unhealthy nga mga
I reckon.
pagkaon.
Rants
Oh,
about the
masturbate. That's
government.
what I do when I'm stressed out. And
Kato
then I
siya nga
pass
tao.
out.
Kay murag, way beyond na siya.
Masturbating
For mere
doesn't
mortals rin na siya.
He's beyond that.
help.
I mean, they.
Age
they're
is
beyond that.
catching up to
And
us.
coffee po.
Oh,
yeah.
coffee.
Essential to an editor.
How much?
How
much coffee did they drink?
Oh,
Who's
editor
the
siya.
editor in this table?
Once man day siya kakusog mo inom og coffee, this person at the table.
Medyo kusog-kusog. Murag once
What?
or twice a day.
That's how much
What?
coffee I drink.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
gonna die
wow.
too. But
Jesus.
Maybe-
just like this person.
But I don't know. My stomach
Strong
lining
thing ay
is
mo stomach
fine.
lining.
Oh yeah, I have so
Bito.
much practice. Look at this
Okay.
stomach.
Bito.
Yeah,
Grabe na kas.
this can.
Full strength. Always eating.
It's an iron
O kana
stomach.
po day kanang forgetting to eat.
man.
Isa na siya sa kuhan.
Oh my
Kaya po
God.
na
Heavy
empty-
drinking,
said.
no eating.
on an empty stomach. Tanan.
Mo di.
Mo na ang caveat at doon.
Kaluoy
Oh my
sa
God.
stomach lining ko.
No?
This person comes to this
Wow.
podcast literally dying.
We're like,
Mm-hmm.
of
And the first
hunger.
thing they get
Is
is a
the-
bottle of whiskey.
Yes.
it's like we're the planeteers of really bad health. No water. No food. Too much food.
Am I the
Heart.
only healthy one
By
here?
our powers combined. I need to go to a doctor.
Dapat mag-advertise na tag insurance policies.
Yeah,
I
Kaya
know.
like, that's what we all need. So,
Life
Mexicare,
insurance.
Intellicare, please.
Anyone
Sun
on
Life.
AXA?
Sun Life.
Bitaw, no?
Actually,
Murag mo na na itong ex-deal nila
Yeah.
ba?
I think
Ibutang
my
ka
aunt
on
knew.
insurance. Pero
No, I don't
ato
think they would allow us on the insurance.
lagi sa
knowing-
atong gipang buhat sa Bisa health insurance, o kanang
Yeah.
sa death insurance, kaya di na masugot
Yeah.
na to.
You just lie to them. You scam them. You know. You tell them like.
But what isn't that the point? We're the cautionary tales for our viewers.
Yeah, we're the ones that you put in the ad and you go like, no.
Kanang sa box sa
They'll
sigarilyo.
be like this. Aren't
Ito
we too
mangyayari
old
kung
for
di uminom ng
insurance?
tubig.
Pero kanindo to na nato sa box sa sigarilyo. Murag
We're
na pinaka.
famous.
Like,
Really?
we'll be like the Marlboro men. No. Howdy.
Minalantay ka ng gipang-ana bitaw ng mga parts of the lawas. Sa ulo. Pero nindo to gyapag naong at least mo pa naguba ba.
Are you sure? Like they look pretty fucked up in the
Adi ba
cigarette.
kung kita ba?
Well,
Kung
we're
kita.
fucked
Di ba
up on
kumusugot
the
eh?
inside.
Bitaw.
I know that person's stomach lining is pretty fucked up now. On the inside.
But thank you for modern medicine.
Mhm.
Every time I take a tablet and it works, I always say thank you modern medicine.
Adi ba that person kay aside sa modern medicine kay mo thank pud siya og isa ka person pod nga nag-push sa iyang
yeah, actually.
nga mo sa doktor.
The secretary, the
Mm.
secretary who
Bitaw.
set
Nga
the
murag napod sa
appointment.
table pod. Kato siya kay kuya po do siya. Kay
Yeah.
Very specific.
pag-abot sa
ano.
katong nga person sa katong nga doktor kini ana ang doktor nga sir kanang unsa day trabaho nimo sir nga kanang nganong murag sana murag grabe daw ka
Detail tayo.
eloquent kayo sa
Wow.
in the ways of medical jargon ba
Ano?
ang pagka-describe adto sa sakit adto nga person.
Mao,
Na
like,
summarize niya in 2 very short sentences.
Mm.
unsa man to? Chronic? Chronic pain.
Chronic stomach pain.
I have no idea. I completely forgot.
It just flowed to me.
I know.
The muse, he speaks to me.
It was poetry.
Beta.
It was poetry.
Mura siya mura ginana ang feeling sa
Sa
doktor
doktor.
pag sulti adto nga
Mine's
person.
Like, oh my
Mom.
god, a person after my own heart.
It's like, why couldn't you heal yourself? You sound like a doctor.
Yang kato nga person, iya ra pong gidawat nga, kuan mo gud do kanang murag nag-research mong gud ko, so kay bawo pug ko sa imong kuan ana. Wag siya niingon nga laing tao din nagsuwat adto para ni.
You just smugly like.
He
I know.
just, I mean, they
Yeah,
just-
they totally
You were
took-
just like.
took the compliment.
Like, I tried to go to med school, but I decided to pursue my passion, which was podcasting.
So salamat adto nga person po.
Lagi. So next time you're feeling gastritis, check your gastroenterologist. There's one in Velas Medical Arts in Chongwa.
Oh.
Wow.
There are
Should we
many,
name
there are
them?
many actually.
Many gastroenterologists in Cebu.
But Pia, akong pangutana, pila man ako magasto ana? Ang akong budget kay 1K ra.
500 raman ang kuan.
500 ra?
No.
Mao?
Nya apilan pa nimo
Like,
Roach herbal capsule.
Free siya with your insurance.
What the
Ang
Check
Roach
your-
dili oy. Dili po.
Roach.
Oh, free
No,
siya sa
it's
if na kay
not.
ka ng health insurance.
No,
Pero
it's not.
kinahanglan
It's an
kag
outer, ano.
kinahanglan kag kanang
Yeah, you
Card.
need a
papeles.
permit.
Yeah.
Something. Well, we don't have that at Maxicare.
Wait, Roach
Lagi?
Herbal Capsule doesn't have any therapeutic claims.
Dili ni Roach
No.
ang
Really, Roach, just go to your doctor,
Mm.
and if the doctor recommends that herbal medicine, please go out. Please get out of
You're
that
in the wrong
office.
room.
It's not a hospital. Get out.
It's like if ihagad sa niya na mamaligya sa kagingan na like while nag ano, ay,
That's
you
a
should take
pyramid
this
scheme.
and pwede sa ka mamaligya ani. Dako ba ang halin ani?
That's called a pyramid.
And then
Get out.
magawa siyang clear book na naya mga checking.
Kana
I
mo na
know.
ang main na tong topic.
Ah,
Scams.
bitaw na.
Pyramids.
Pyramids bitaw.
Scams.
Pyramids built on a solid ground.
We're talking about different pyramids this time.
Basta scam.
Ang talaga, kinsa may na first hand experience na to anang scams.
Okay, sinang scam just
Bitaw.
No,
a few minutes ago.
kasi ning scam.
Oh,
Dili na
Ay,
scam.
ay,
Nang
wala.
scam.
Ning scam.
Dili man na scam do.
Adi kasi
Tinuod man ang crypto do.
Yeah, just invest all of it on the what was your NFT?
We don't have
choice.
NFTs. We do have
Yeah.
NFT games.
Your-
Like the list of all the NFT games.
Plug
Only
din
on
yung kuan
whattoplay.com.
It's not come. It's not come.
Play Axie. Hello TL.
Find your next
Oy,
Axie because
as-
Axie is like
as
$1 or
as
1
someone
peso.
who doesn't Axie, like, kamusta naman ang Axie ninyo,
It's
guys?
dead.
Wow. No.
Scam. Dito
Yeah.
scam.
It was real. It was real for a time.
But now
Mara-
it's a
mao
scam.
gina siya.
That's what matters.
Mao gina ang feeling. Mao gina ang
It was
feeling.
real to me.
It's real to me.
It was definitely real to you.
12
like-
pesos real.
I was like, Tiny, come on, let's watch a movie. Can you shut up? I'm trying to Axie here. And,
Never say it that
every
way.
single fucking movie, it's just
I
Axie
never
sounds.
say it that way.
Wala, gaslighting.
Another
Also a
scammer.
scam. Oh.
So many scammers on this
Really?
table. Both my sides,
One
1
day.
and 2.
One day,
maybe.
Maybe just naturally gravitate towards scammers, Tiny.
Oh my
Ah,
god.
ilaro nun ba ka og naong
Yeah. Kasi nakapalit og 6,000 peso face cream. on the
Yeah.
table.
Oh, yeah. That did happen. Tell us about that, Tiny.
So a certain person on this table.
Huwag yung madawat at mga butang ron, no? Why mo admit sa ilang faults ba?
Fine. I got scammed.
Scam ba? Did the product work at
I mean,
least?
you already talked about this, diba?
Yeah,
Na-
we did a previous episode of
Yeah.
RetasoCast. Please look it up. Episode number
Somewhere.
48.
Oh,
Wow,
kay
wow.
ba?
No, I'm just assuming.
Hindi mo saligan.
No, don't trust.
But that has happened.
That has happened.
Yeah, na recent
yeah.
development.
No,
Na,
recent
hindi mo na-
development. A lot of people got scammed too.
Oh.
I'm not alone.
Okay, what happened? What happened with this person?
Okay, this person, so there's a certain product in certain malls.
Sulti na to eh, yawa ba?
Yeah. Fine.
Scammer, man. Well, I don't think na nag-scam sila. I think it was just very aggressive
Marketing.
Like, marketing.
Yeah, but that's essentially a scam,
Oh.
you know? It's like you're forcing people to buy your shit.
What was your so it happened to you, and then this other person posted about it, and then
Yeah.
gigawas niya na scam ni si like.
Yeah, it's aggressive marketing, or it's a scam, it's a lie. Because essentially the product's really expensive, like
Yeah.
6,000 for one face cream,
Mhm.
and then if you buy the
Atay,
whole set,
dos
it's
pillar man na
23.
at max. 2 pops.
I know. 2 pops, just
Mm.
one
Face,
packs.
2 face cream. Oh.
2 face.
That's three. That's 3 pops, bro.
And das meal.
No, dos mil. That's
Yeah.
only pop naman siguro.
That's
That's the standard man daw.
Only pop.
yeah, kay
Yes.
size meal. May isa ra ka
Yeah.
face cream.
Just one pop.
One face cream.
Yeah.
No, I thought there was three.
But like they aggressively market it to you. They make you feel bad because they say, "Oh, na ako manager din hi. Tagaan kag discount."
Nasa Ayala, no?
Yeah.
Are those the same people who were like more like, "Ma'am, kanang i-try out ang among
Yeah,
product,"
it's
and then it's
exactly.
like,
They grab you.
They grab you.
They grab your hand.
They
Tiny.
grab your hand.
and then they put the cream na daan, and they're like, "You gotta stay 1 minute because like it's gonna ruin the."
And then
product."
while
And then
they're
wha-
doing it, they're gonna do
Yeah.
the sales stuff too.
Yeah.
If you follow RetasoCast stories,
Wow, I didn't know stories.
we had a story where
You
I
did-
forcefully grabbed Pia's hand
Yes,
and
is that
aggressively marketed my 6,000 peso face cream.
Wait,
was that it? That wasn't
Yeah,
it.
that was it. That was
my
the 6,000 peso.
God.
sanok na kanan niya, tataod.
Wala unsad, wala
Okay.
I
unsad.
remember
Yeah.
pa jud kay Tiny had her teeth fixed that day.
Yeah, I spent so much.
it
I
was
spent
like
5K.
yeah, and then like
Legit.
later on that day we were just like, oh yeah, okay, good, na fix na mo teeth 5K, and then gicall lang ko niya na something happened. Like what happened? I spent 6K on face cream, and then she tries to like talk herself out of it, and I'm like, but it's okay, right? It's worth it, right? I saved money, though. Like this was 13K, man, though. And then I was like, no,
We're just gonna put
sit
it to
in your
Lazada.
bad decision.
It was a very bad decision.
Pero katong the other person that you discovered was also scammed
Scammed
by
into
the. Okay, was she also a small, tiny human like
Being.
woman.
Wow, are you profiling us?
Yes.
Are you
I was like,
profiling
who
us
are
now?
they targeting? We have to know.
The introverts.
Dapat makahibaw ta
Actually,
unsay naa sa naong ni
Kinsa more
Tiny.
ka ng mga serial killers ba? Dapat kay ba kung sa ila type. So that we can warn like our viewers.
Actually, she was an introverted woman, self-proclaimed introverted woman who just wanted to
Oh, yeah,
get out.
Did they
Why
bring
are
you
you a
into an?
self-proclaimed introverted woman
Did
too?
they bring you into an office or something?
Yeah.
Like
So,
Coco Life
so
or
what they do,
something?
like you've tried it, man, diba? Na kaning where they grab you at the side and then kaning they rub the product on your.
Yeah, I was with you the one time.
And then they wash your hands in front of
Yeah.
like a bowl. But sometimes they grab you and take you to the office.
The Office? What?
Coco Life also does this. Oh shit! Oh no.
Hello? It's fine. We all know Coco Life.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Coco Life.
Freedom to live your life.
Unless
my
you
ass.
sponsor us.
Yeah. Let us join your pyramiding scheme.
Pyramiding.
Pyramiding.
But yeah, I think like nakaagi na pud ko ana niya. I also stayed for a while.
Coco
Something
Life?
about like it's from like stuff from Israel or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, organic. Yeah.
It's from the Dead Sea.
That's the name
Yeah,
of
it's
the
like
product. They use
interesting.
honey manuka. Honey
And then they
manuka.
were trying to convince me that my skin has changed and it looks so much more bright and beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course you put lotion on it, it's gonna shine. Who are you trying to scam here? Not me, because like I'm not falling for your shit. That was Tiny.
Tiny was not. But wait. I guess. What do they do? So sure sila na nakakay 6K to spend.
No, they really guilt trip.
Oh,
you.
they were sure. I was like, oh, she just went to the dentist, huh? She spent 5K
New
at the
I have
fillings.
no idea. I'm pretty sure I didn't look like a person who had 6K. I was just in a t-shirt and shorts.
Mga
Yeah.
kanang booty shorts nimo. Murag mahalon ta na.
Kaya guys, okay.
Naka-dye na yung hair ata tayo sa...
Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's.
Ayo idayin yung buhok.
Is this scammed person was the hair colored?
It was the hair
It was
color
the
all
hair.
along.
Okay, apparently people pay like 5K, 6K for like
For
from
hair
colored
color,
hair,
yes.
hair coloring.
So they know.
So mode
I
na
was
day.
like, look at that bitch.
She can afford this.
Another Billie Eilish over here. Let's fucking go. It's game
They
time.
didn't know I was poor. I want this shit.
Oh, but you still had 6K to spend.
Yeah.
So sakto ilang kuan.
Ang first line dyan nila
Like
is,
the
Ma'am,
first time,
nice
I was
na
like,
imong hair.
sakto bito, no? Dyed
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go
what
for
they
that.
said. Nice kayo mong hair, ma'am. Gwapa kayo ka, ma'am.
Pag-ingon nila gwapa kayo. Wa na. Kuha na ka.
It's like they go, guwapa kay ka, ma'am. Oh, wait. Oh. Sorry. I just noticed your hands.
The thing is, they really guilt trip you into it. Like, oh, ano, ma'am, among manager, like, tagsaya ba, among manager din ni ma'am, nag-discountan siya ka, ma'am, 55%, ma'am. Imbis 13,000, 6K na lang.
Jesus Christ, Tiny. That's like free model kits.
Oh my God.
That's already
Another scam.
already two
fallen-
Millennium Falcon kits.
You shut up. You've fallen into the capitalist scam of
I know.
Of
Gundam collecting.
The entire
Actually-
hobby is a scam.
Hobbies are a scam. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's just distracting yourself from like.
Inevitable
From death.
doom.
Yeah, this podcast is a scam. You're still listening
It's like
to
you
us?
convince
Kasi
yourself.
sila wa man gipagbayran. Let me reiterate from 2 episodes ago.
But
You
yeah.
fall into a nostalgia hole. And then these people who just keep trying to relive the 80s with Transformers and Star Wars. So, yeah, but I'm different.
No, you're not.
I'm different.
Pero mo jud na naji ka nang naji tax on people who are introverted.
Oh yeah, that's what we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and talked about it. I was like,
May
no.
tax?
No.
Uy, nasa ninyo gud na may separate nga tax.
Introverted.
So meaning mas dagko mo mga income.
Oh, actually,
No,
it's a real thing.
It's just that they're like if you're shy, there are things you just say, sige ka na lang, okay?
Actually,
It's happened.
Yeah.
Just let it happen because then I'd have to speak up,
I know.
and that is always hell.
We'd have to say no.
That is more than paying.
Yeah.
Kanang mo explicar ka ba sa imong ganahan
No.
ipasabot.
Dapat na naman part mo to na siya sa service or something.
I
or
thought
like,
you were a strong non-scammy person.
Well, sometimes no, because like you know how.
Kaso man ka na scam last.
I don't know, but like kanang in like I don't restaurants or fast food chains na kanang
Kana mga namaligig macaroons, no?
or like kanang or like masayop sila sa imong order niya. Sige, wa lang kayo mabuhat na. It's like okay. Yeah, mas baratong ang gihatag sa imo kaysa sa imo gibayaran. I'm just like sige na lang. This is my food
Nang
now.
maabot ang kuan, ang delivery.
Oh,
sa food panda,
yeah.
yung kuwang.
You can't change it.
Yeah.
But then they're gone. Like, they already leave. So how do you know?
Bito.
More like, there's no point in like fighting the driver, man said, I think. Like, you're just working.
Yeah, but like you can also appeal
But sometimes
to
gikaon na nila.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Feel ako.
Oh, that's okay. Because
Pero
they get paid
murag-
really
sige
low.
lang.
That's a fine.
or like kanang maglinya mo you fall into a queue and then someone cuts in.
Oh my god, no. I will not be scammed out of that. That's where I draw the line. No.
Well, sometimes I'm just like,
Really?
okay.
I told you guys about that ba? Katong
We're
na ay nagsuway og insert sa ilang selves dito sa vaccination. I told you guys the story?
No.
Murag.
Did you?
Murag.
What did you think happened? Like,
Katong sa linya ninyo sa Manila.
and then a white guy na murag ning sulod, and then like the entire table went, uy, bakit siya? Bakit?
Naingon naman nini mo. Ay, dili sa podcast. Pero murag naingon na.
Okay. So it wasn't a podcast thing. I'm sorry. I try to do the bits over and over again until they're fun. But yeah, kato, like, because the guy was white, like, they were with someone who was like, ito siya, like, I don't know what they said, but gipasulod dayon siya. And then everyone who I was with na, it was 2 p.m., everyone was there since 8 in the morning na naghuwat mi, na nag-abot mi dito, and that guy just walks in, like, nag-uproar ang all the people around me, and then,
White privilege.
lagi, and it's like, uy, bakit siya pinapasok dyan? Bakit ano? And then, like, nagka-tussle sila dito tanan until the guy was just like, nauwaw siya. And it's like, fine, I'm going, I'm walking out. And then, like, ang gibuhat nila, like, the people were like whispering around me, magpalakpak tayo pag umalis siya, mag-clap tayo. And then it's like, when the white guy was doing his walk of shame na di siya kasulod, everyone was like, ganon! Like, wow! And then, I think someone said a bunch of racist things. Like, kala niya na puti lang siya. And I was just like, no.
It's okay. He was white.
Yeah. Actually, that was
Punching
Punching
up. Punching up.
That was pretty great.
But it's funny
That was
because
pretty
like
great.
katong iyang kakuyog na Filipino was just like we're just trying to explain ha, ganito yung nangyari. And then like no one was listening to her. Everyone was just like, wala.
If only we're all like that in every situation.
I get
Yeah.
super aggressive
It's
with
like
lines.
the introvert
Super
was just
aggressive.
like, oh my god, lingawan eh.
But when it comes to aggressive marketing, I can't deal with it.
What is it
Yeah.
about aggressive marketing? That's just like, okay, let's just spend
Di
all my
ka
money.
Di ka kano basta
Yeah.
aggressive marketing. Actually, nahitabuan po ko aggressive marketing
What?
recently.
Really?
Wow.
Kay bawo mo, napaungan po may internet.
Oh.
Ito nga time, mga few weeks ago.
And then?
Niya, kita si Jan ako igsoon nga kanang naitaw nga nasa poste. Before pa ni na paong mo internet, naitaw sa poste. Yung mga 5 minutes after, nawa na mo internet.
What?
Kaya mo poste ang kanang murag line naraman sa unahan, yung maklaro ra from the room ba. So mo to murag gipaong siya. So
You
na
think
something nga nag
You don't think it was
tanggalad to.
coincidental?
Dili kay na may nag-ayo adto nga time, unya na
There was like during on that.
dili.
Just
Karon
recently?
karon ba nga wala ko internet a
Oh,
few weeks
fuck.
ago. Yeah, mo to nawa siya so kuan mi na report me. Yeah. Pagbalik dito sa tao kay mga kuan pa daw mga 5 days pa ang schedule and yep. Naabot ang 5 days. Wala ni adto. Gi-cancel. Ang among kanang ticket mismo sa kuan ba papaayo. Yeah. Pagka weekend, mga 2 days after, nitawag sa ako, nako diri adto, marabuntag Sunday. Niya na siya, sir, kanang among gikuha ang kanang imong paayo nga ticket kay kanang namang gud may giayo diri sa unahan po na niya. I-appeal na namo imuha bisan dili unta ni karon adlaw.
Oh my god, my brother
Pero
got into that.
ikaw lang bahala namo.
Na extra.
Shit na, ikaw rin bahala na mo eh.
So,
Oh, so,
Aggressive marketing po dito
so
lang.
you thought like they, like one of the technicians probably
Mm.
shut it off
Oh.
so that they could earn extra.
Mhm. Unya, mo to, murag, so niana ko nga, sige ka nang, ako sang tawagan ng manghod kay wala mo ko diyas balay, ano. Unya, tawag lang balik, taod, kung makakuha na mo, makastorya na mo. So, kung tawagan si John, ang gingnan sa metabo, ang gingnan nga na, niingon man to sila nga, na daw sila lain nga giayo, niya gisabay na nato, tagi na lang siguro gamay, pero,
Bila inyong yatang.
basta na, gihatagan lang ng gamay. Unya, kanang pangkuan lang ba pero i-make sure nga maayo sa siya usa ka mohatag.
My brother
Yeah.
also got into it
Mm.
during that, like when they were fixing the lines. Like I think they're cutting. Like their most common thing is like dili ba unta iayo in
Mo lagi mo na
this is
ilang
our
mo
dili
na
ba
ilang
yung specialty.
style gyud man ang scam nila karon niya moto giayo Manila so nihatag na po si John gamay ra gud murag
Pila kaabot og one.
dili wala wala
Hopefully
ka.
not.
But that's still like an extra, no? Like from the nothing.
Mhm.
My brother gave like almost one.
Yeah. Like, he has this thing where he has no money, but then,
Like, it's
dako manghatag if
It's his
na,
sister's
ano.
money.
Mm.
Hey, your dad does that. I mean, someone's dad on the table does that. Not mine.
I think we should just name them. Like,
Ano
go
sila
ahead.
Katong walay kwarta pero dako manghatag
Oh, yeah.
kung ano.
Yeah, and it's someone on the table's money.
Mm.
Pia's money.
My dad is so generous.
Yeah.
What do you call that kind of attitude ba? Look,
Galante.
Garbuso.
Garboso.
Pero dili man iyang kwarta.
like
So, unsa
chickpeas.
na siya.
Oh, pero garbuso gyapon ang tao mismo.
Garbuso gyapon.
What's the definition Jude of garboso? Dili, galante is to spend like a lot, but garboso is
Isn't galante like gallant? Like
I don't
nice,
know.
in
charming.
the
Those
context
are
of our
nice.
language.
Yeah, I guess so. Like,
Yeah.
kanang charming kayo siya. Kay, muhatag siya.
Charming ang
Tanan
dad.
daw.
Charming ang dad.
Yeah.
Garbuso kay murag na kay sense of pride nga nakakuan ka. Naka-spend ka
Nakahatagod
for
ako.
someone or
Ikaw na,
Oh.
garboso ka.
Dili. Mabitang wagi ko ni succeed in life.
It's like, walay, Ernest giving us money even though kung kay lako na kayo siya. But, hey, guys, thanks for the episode.
Wala yun.
500 pesos. It's like, wow, Ernest,
Never gonna
thanks.
happen.
Ay, kaya na kayo.
Kung mudawat mo ana na ay makuha sa inyong kinabuhi.
Actually.
It's
Ernest
like
is very
the
nice.
PlayStation will just be missing one day.
Bitang wala
Like,
A ang iya Ernest.
No earning right here.
No, Ernest is very nice. Every time he comes to the house, he always brings wine for himself.
It's like, kani. And then, like, he just keeps it there and then he stares at it the entire time na, di mo yun.
Addition de atong story po sa scam sa mga linemen karon. Sorry linemen, you were heroes a few months ago pero
No,
karon
not
gyud
really.
scammy na kayo mga
Scammy.
kuwan.
Kami.
So akong manghod isa niadto siya sa Globe which is among subscriber sa Ayala. Kaya na siya i-report po sa iyang mga line sa phone na yeah, well na siya sa line ang mga naa dito sa linya nag-story po so nakadungog siya. Daghan kayo dito nga nang reklamo kay gipangayuan sila sa pagpataod balik sa ilang linya.
Oh, yeah.
Mo na niadto sila dito.
I think like
Yeah,
Globe made an official statement,
Oh,
diba?
nga,
Or kanang-
dili ka dapat mo hatag ana.
not just Globe, Veco too, and PLDT.
Oh, Veco. Napa na sa Veco.
Na ganang like you don't need to pay for the repairs.
Di na siya appeal sa imong kuan bill.
And
ana.
if somebody does try that, you have to call 911.
911.
Pero kung ganahan ka matauran yung internet,
Bayra na lang.
kinahanglan ka mo trabaho na karong adlaw.
Mo nang discarte
Mo
culture.
na,
Oh,
Ay,
no,
naku.
napunta ng discarte culture.
Oh,
It's
so that's why it
worst.
I am a lineman for the county.
So are you saying we are the ones perpetuating scummy people?
Oh, kay
like
mo hatag.
Bongbong
Kay
Marcos?
mo
hatag
hatag
man
ka.
mo.
Muhatag ko.
Pero, I mean, not really us. It's just people who haven't paid them properly.
That's
It's
true.
the
It's the
system.
system.
Actually,
This is nanapuntahan
I'm starting to think, Bill.
Kung nag-scam ni mo
Like-
ganyan, ang system nito.
Yeah, she did.
Speaking of kanang scam systems, Cebu Pacific. No.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they have this new baggage rule na di na ka pwede, for example, like, ang imong 25 kilograms, usara na kabag dapat.
Yeah.
Di ba sa una, pag 25 kilograms,
Oh,
it's,
As many
daghan.
bags.
it's as many things as you need, di ba?
But now
And
it's just
then,
one bag.
now it's just one bag lang pwede. 25 kilograms, ana. And then I'm like, are you fucking serious na everything has to
So
fit inside
if
the
you
bag?
need to buy if you need to have 2 bags, you need to buy 40 kilos, which is like
Yeah.
3K.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you have to additional na for like,
At least makaibaw sila karon.
yeah, para kabolang mo Cebu Pacific, we're on to you. Just because inyong not let me on my flight because you say na I have to be 2
Di
hours
nabiyaan man
before.
ka.
No,
You didn't know your schedule,
Yeah.
didn't you?
So
No, I knew my schedule. Okay, I'm here again because like,
Oh, kanina
My
scam
plane
po
fucking
ni
left
scam po
me.
ni siya.
okay, I'll admit I have some problems with that, but like, okay, I arrived there like 30 minutes before my flight, which I've done before, and nakasakay ra gihapon ko sa akong flight. And then I know that the rule is like 2 hours, but like, you know, time is
that's flexible.
yeah, flexible naman na. That's just, you know, what do you call
Time
that
is
thing?
wibbly wobbly.
Yeah. Timey-wimey. And then like nakaabot ko dito 30 minutes before and I was like relieved ba na, oh thank God my flight is still there. And I'm like, they wouldn't let me in na daw kasi close na daw nila an hour before the flight. And then I was like, what? You do that now? Like, di man na nga na sa una. And then like, ako gani, I've never like flown on a flight na came like left at the time that it told me that it was gonna leave.
Yeah, it's always late.
It's always like 10 minutes, 15 minutes delayed, 30 minutes delayed. But now it's like daghan na kayo siyang rules na murag I think
know.
very anti-consumer.
I think I've flown like drunk twice. Going to like Mindanao, like
Wow.
really late. Like kadang like you have to. You're the only passenger left behind, and you have to have that solo kind of walk of
They have
shame.
they have to announce your name
Yeah.
throughout the airport. Like, hey, fucking get to your fucking gate right now.
I know. And getting all of the what do you call those wavy people? Just stare at you while you're having your walk of shame. I've done that twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mo lagi na akong ano na so
Nasa ka last
let me on?
naka-add to plane nga late ka before COVID pa or
Before COVID na siguro.
Last year siguro.
No.
late gyapon ka o
No,
kanang
no.
I arrived like an hour before and then like makasakay naman gihapon
Di kay
ka.
daghan man tong delays.
An hour is fine. Okay, 45 minutes Manila like closing.
Yeah.
So.
And then but okay, so if not the 2-hour rule thing, like I think the baggage thing is very iffy, jud na like imagine if magdako gitara na
That's one bag.
yeah, that's
That's
one
considered
bag,
one
so I
bag,
have to pay more because you're counting bags now, not just luggage.
Yeah, that doesn't sit well. Because then, would you need to like have a really huge bag?
Yeah,
that it's
exactly.
25 kilos.
Oh, I think they're trying to make up for the pandemic siguro.
Mao po siguro.
Mm.
So nagkuha na sila impose sila og tax sa mga tao nga sige paglaag-laag ba.
So,
Kana mga tao nga nag-spread og COVID ba.
Do you know?
Kana mga tao ba kana sila.
Kan man ni balik, ikaw
What is
nila.
it?
Yo, I'm vaccinated, bro.
what do you call
Boosted.
those? The white travelers?
Unsa?
Kanang mga boho people who like to travel?
Mga
nag-spread
kuwan.
og ano?
Sa kantong French nga term man na nila. Kalimot mo.
There was a name for them.
Mm.
Oh, white people who like to travel without money.
Mm.
There was a term
my
for
God.
that, like pre-pandemic.
I can just
So,
Kapag-
alam sila sila pangayo sa gawas sa mga
Yeah.
Do you remember, Pia?
Yeah. Where you have to like magbeg sila so that they can pay for their travel.
That's also
Yan
a
na sila
scam.
YouTube
What
channel. ba?
what kind of hitchhikers are these people?
Ah, sila sa Thailand.
White people.
May nana ang mga vlog.
Yeah. And it's like,
Oh,
oh, we need to pay
so-
for our flight back home. Please donate.
Yeah, there was a name for them. I forgot.
What the
Completely
fuck?
forget.
Scam.
Scammer.
Scam.
Oh my
What
God.
sila?
White trash. Wait.
Pero,
No.
diskarte na nila
White
ba?
trash is everywhere.
So sige, kasabot na ta nga nung
The hustle.
mahal na ilang kuan. Mahal na. So timan ilang ninyo mahal na na.
So,
Yeah.
the invisible tax for every kind of
Yeah.
people.
Mm.
Introverted women.
Rich
Travelers.
people. Travelers.
What else?
Drunkards.
Oh.
May tax on drunkards.
Yan naman.
Oh, bitaw ka na may
Tell
train
us
law.
why.
Kaya nagsakit na ilang tiyan.
Oh, well,
to go to
if
the
The
ning-
medical tax.
if ningsoka ka sa sod sa taxi, like, that's on you.
Betaw. Betaw. Kana lahi po
You
na
gotta
tax.
pay that dude. Like, he wasn't expecting you. He's just trying to do good.
But did you know there's actually a tax on women called the pink tax?
What? what?
No.
Oh, ang mga nindot
it's-
nga butang kay
yeah.
mas mahal.
Yeah, like no for cosmetics
No.
for because
Oh,
Iyon,
and
nasa-
menstrual pads.
Oh, actually, that
Menstrual
kind of
pads.
that cuts both ways, sir said, because I was looking for a razor in mini stop, and then the pink razor was 25, and then the men's like blue cool razor was mga 60, and I was like, huh?
there's
That-
also tax on men.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
I was like, you want to look nice?
Asa sa LGBTQ
Fuck
ang
you.
wala tax?
I think they do.
Ang murag
Maybe the
tanan man
queers.
siguro
But
na
maybe
tax.
there's still men and women.
Maybe the non-binaries,
and
because they're like,
non-binaries for whatever gender they want to present as.
Yes.
Sila may mas lisod kay baliduha ilang paliton.
I guess,
Like for the day ba nga unsa sila mo switch.
I guess mas lisod for women, because like sometimes
Oh my
required
God.
na makeup jude, and
Yeah.
then
Heels. Oh, the
menstruation like things.
Heels. Do you want to get into the heels scam? A heels
What?
topic?
I don't know about the heel scam.
Nawa mo to siya na scam. Nindot mo siguro to yung sapatos.
Ano sa yung heel scam?
Kailan ni na heels?
Oh.
You know, nindot to siya sapatos.
What's that?
Has
Can
very
you
nice
can you
shoes.
explain
Oh,
that?
she joined a debate recently. Was it the SMNI debate? Delete said.
Dili.
CNN.
CNN to.
CNN debates, and she was wearing heels for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Kato mo scam.
Wearing heels for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Loyal.
But sales ladies do that for 12.
Mm.
Dang.
Sa man mo reklamo man siya.
Oh,
Wala man dyan yung reklamo. She did
Oh,
the
oh,
job.
Yeah, and then she
And
took
then
it off.
She took it off after she was done with it.
my question.
Ano sa lady di man pa inanaon bi.
Kay bati man ang
Kay
mga owners
Kapitalista.
sa mall.
Yes,
Mr. Speaker, I have a question.
Unsa man?
Yung mga ladies dun sa metro, sila po ba yung bumibili ng makeup nila, or provided po ng
Yeah.
company yan?
They have to buy their own makeup. It's not provided for you. Well, I remember like in the 90s, teachers were forced to wear makeup too. Because my mother was so keen in that on that. Kanang like teachers would also have to wear heels. They would have to look presentable, earrings.
Presentable.
You have to look fresh. Or
Oh,
maybe
dang
my mother
lami
was
kay
just...
mga maestra sa akong panahon.
Oh my God. Bye, si Misato Sensei. Grabe.
So archaic. Meanwhile, men can just parade around
I
with their
know.
big bellies and their no
Excuse
makeup
me.
faces and their not even a beard, because most people can't grow one.
Wow.
Wow. Like,
But they can just do that in their t-shirts.
They don't even have to try. They don't have to think about
Yeah.
like, oh, should I wear like a what do you call that? A bubble sleeve today?
Yeah.
Like, should I wear a crop top? Is
Amo
there?
ning problema.
where have you been working?
It's just t-shirts.
There was also a dress code in my office. Like, there were dapat shoes, dapat pants, and like maybe a haircut thing.
I think there's a tax on women to look cute.
Yeah.
There were some women that said na dapat ang inyong mga tampons should be government provided
yun.
na free.
Bito.
Rigid na pwede.
Reproductive health rights.
This
Shout-
man.
Shout out. Call back to old
Pwede
episode.
ra pud. Pwede ra pud.
Ikay manghatag nas?
Di
Sa
ba dapat
RetasoCast?
na imo kuan na imo himong platform free nga
Reproductive.
mga reproductive nga
Isn't there
materials
like
for-
Gabriella calling for?
Mo
ano,
gani na
for-
binidagan gi kanila.
Yeah, I mean that party list is still on.
Di ba nga kanang
A
for a
senator?
higher nga position ba.
Risa
Like,
Hontiveros is
birth
ano,
control.
running.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think they're
she's
like
good.
members of Gabriella and sila sa.
Well, Lenny's running.
Pero gi-push ba ka na nila? Kanang mao gina ilang platform ba.
I think like women have a lot of
Right
issues.
now it's a man's world, so we gotta just
Bito.
wait.
We just need to get a woman in there, and then she's gonna push all
Yes.
the women's
Yeah.
issues for
It's
us.
like-
Let
Hopefully,
women lead the way.
It's like, what the hell? China is here and you're complaining about tampons?
Oh, it's World War 3, bitch.
Like, look, have you seen the
hey,
news?
it's our month. It's our everyday lives.
Hey, it's American Women's History Month. So take a damn
Are you
seat,
just
you
saying
flips.
Only white women matter?
No.
They came up with the month, so like,
But we're gonna celebrate anyway, because that's
Yeah.
okay.
Bitaw.
it's a good month.
Oh yeah, name
All
me five
women, all
women.
five women in Philippine history. Go.
Counter-colonization ba?
Well,
Bawas na mo sila.
there's.
There is. We have one woman here. What's her
Mabito.
name? What's
Si
her name?
Tandang
Si-
Soros. Si Tiny de ang nagkuhan ani.
Because Ernest wouldn't.
Tayo naman nag-drawing ana.
Yeah.
But it's Ernest's idea. He was so happy about it. Like, he's just
How
like,
can-
mind blown.
How can Tandang Soros see the Philippine flag na yung ginit? Nadako kaya yung head na...
That's how talented she is,
Yeah.
bitch.
That's why she's a hero, because she did it. She did that.
With her tiny,
I'm
tiny
pretty
hands.
sure she did more than that. Something about soldiers being...
No, that was Melchor Aquino.
Oh.
Yeah, Tandang Sora. Like,
No.
that was her, like,
Mo na yung
street
pangalan.
name.
Is that it?
Wow, I thought I was wrong for a while.
Natingnan mo ito.
I was like, wait, is this...
Yeah, kana siya, si
Tandang
Gabriela
Sora.
Silang.
Mm.
It's a real person, right?
Yeah, she's younger, right?
I just know that Gabriela Silang was like, she was like acted like a dude Rizad na she fought in a battle or
There's
whatever.
also
She
General
fought in battles.
Liwai. Watch the movie.
Liwai.
Liwai.
There's
Who's
one I learned
We're
about
running
today.
out.
oh
She's Concepcion Felix de Calderon.
oh I love
Also
her
a
name.
very important person.
Counted as Filipino.
Padong naman siya elections, and then she was the one who made the Feminist Association of the Philippines. And she pushed for kanang like the right of women
Suffrage?
to vote. Yeah.
Alive pa ni siya.
Suffragette. She was
Probably
a
not,
suffragette.
because she was in like in the Maria Clara, so probably not.
Ang
Or-
Yeah.
Filipino women may isa sa murag pinaka-early nga naka-kuwag voting rights sa kuwan siguro Southeast Asia.
Really?
Yeah.
The Philippines is supposedly
Thanks,
progressive.
Spain.
Supposedly progressive,
Oh,
but
But it was our women who fought
I
for
know. But it took us until 1991 to change our rape laws to
They
what
still
was it, the
suck
Maria Clara
now.
Maria Clara rape law na kanang ilang gi-amend.
Ang sa ganin to ang murag karaan anang version.
The Maria Clara rape law is where kaning a woman is
Napoy sala ang babae di ba?
yeah, yeah.
Murag ka na
If she
i-victim
doesn't
blame
fight
nimo.
for it, if kaning she doesn't defend her honor, like without a doubt, kaning she screams, she shouts and fights to the death. Fights to the death. I'm not sure if that's the encoder.
It's like, she is still alive. Clearly, she wanted this to happen. Look, it's still talking.
But I remember it was that like almost that extreme.
Oh.
Yeah, and I gotta literally like she fights for her honor as a virgin or maiden, fights for her maidenhood, and that's when she's she's not, she doesn't want to be raped.
So, dili nila take into account ang itong mga pwede kay drug or ano.
Or
like,
where
Wala.
or where
pwede
you get
ka
scammed
i-groom
into
into
sex.
Or
Wala
you're
may- wala
really,
may-
really scared of the person doing it to you.
Yeah. Or where you just freeze up and you don't know what to do. I mean,
May sila mahimog mga kuan.
like, do you know how many times I freeze up with aggressive marketing?
Bitaw.
Yeah, like,
I was like, I didn't know you were gonna say aggressive marketing, and I was just like, yo.
Aggressive to siya, pero marketing day pa dong.
Marketing di ay.
Yan ka?
Nindot to siya na.
This stuff is on record, lady.
Near cancel kanang experience.
I saw my career flash before my eyes. My 184 impressionable followers on Twitter.
Ano? Di na to i-unheart
can't-
na ka ni Mark Maron.
Bayani, aggressive marketing?
Wow. He even went through it even after she froze up. We're like, wait, let her finish the sentence.
Nindot nga fallback pampa full circle sa atong topic.
I was like, I thought Tiny was gonna make like a bit out of it. Like, right? Don't you freeze up while the guy like does that?
Good
Sa
job,
markets
Tiny.
aggressively.
Markets himself aggressively.
Bitaw, no na may mga laki ngayon na
Buhatan po ni mo.
Yeah.
Bayani mo, market po ka
Aggressively?
Well,
Di ba,
like,
Tines?
I guess I put down my shorts and go like, you have to take responsibility. Like, look at the state I'm in. You have to take responsibility.
That's terrible, Manny. That's guilt tripping. That's manipulation.
Oh, emotional mo ni... Oh,
Hala.
didi ay.
Wow.
But I do it anyway.
Ala.
I have your consent,
Hala.
right? Yo. It's not funny. I need verbal agreement na we konsentro man ka, di ba? Uy, I see it tawa. It's not funny.
Wala, dyan siya.
And that concludes our first
That
half.
is the first half of
So
our
makahibaw na
episode.
mo. So second,
Wait.
if
Wait, it's not funny.
We'll see in the next half if makancel na si Benny.
What?
wala.
See you in the second half.
Uy.
Ask for consent.
Bye.
Lingawa aning podcast, uy. Pero usahay, gimingaw man ko anang lokal nga Cebuano music. Asa man ko makadungog ana? Pia?
Check out our friends from Pawn Records and Pawn Press, who recently migrated their local goods, music, and literature to online shopping channels Lazada and Shopee.
Lingawa ba sa aning spirals o verbs?
Support your favorite local authors, artists, and musicians. Score their books as well as physical releases. 60% of the profit will go directly to the authors and artists. Don't want to pay online? The good news is you can order these items via COD. So check out shopee.ph/pawnpress and lazada.com.ph/pawn-press now. Where were we?
We were going to talk about women's rights.
Hey, before we continue, do you have something to tell the audience?
Yes, respect women. Consent is very important to women.
And
Yes, I do concur.
That
It is important.
you have no idea
Anyway.
what to say, do you?
what do I have to say? Do you want to mansplain to me?
Or
What I need to say?
Hey, yo.
Anyway, so we saw Batman.
No.
Women's rights, Bayani.
Women's issues.
Okay. Do you want to talk about West Side Story?
No. Not yet.
Later on. What are the issues of women?
Ay, wala. Kuan. Childbirth. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about the really interesting point that was raised by this Reddit thread that I read.
Batay na kayo mo sugod pala.
No,
Please
there
continue.
are podcasts that are built on Reddit content, and we're gonna do that right now.
That's what we've been reduced to.
Enlighten us.
Yeah, it was so interesting because basically it was this couple na they split everything 50-50, like rent and like expenses, and they were both very successful people na they're like at the same high paying job, not the same high paying job, but like parehas sila ganang
High-paying level.
range, yeah. Unya mo to, they dugay naman kayo sila together, so at some point they talked about having children. Unya mo to, eventually ni gawas na nakaali ang katong guy. Unya nagtalk na ang iya girlfriend pa to her sister. Niya mura ganang hush kayo, and she didn't want to talk about like she didn't want like her boyfriend to like hear. So mo to gi put down niya ang phone. Niya mo to, they started discussing like how it would be if she did have a child. And then she pulled out her 12-page binder of
Because
like,
you know.
yeah, of like everything that she would have to like
Need.
yeah,
You would
like
need.
cause at that point kay ang iya ko no maternity leave kay mawad-an man siya og kanang half sa iya
Salary.
income.
Yeah.
So dapat naay ka ng compensation ana kay siya man ang mo go through the
I
aside
know.
from like the emotional nga labor of
Not
not
just
emotional, but like the physical
labor.
labor of giving birth. Napoy ka na nga
Financial labor.
yeah, napoy ka na nga cut on her na kanang I can't go to work for a while, and then more than a year, like just like maybe a year. Murag 6 months kay murag 50%, 100%, 50% koy wa. Unya by the next 6 months kay murag mas mugamay pa jud ang ihatag na benefits. So mo to ni propose siya sa iya boyfriend na what if imo ko hatagan og 50K to compensate for all the for the financial loss that I would get by giving by making this child for you.
I know.
And then what would you think about that? Mo na tanan ang kanang terms. $50,000.
Wait. Was this Reddit thread? Am I the asshole? No.
Dili. Mura ka na relationship advice.
Thread.
I thought
Am I the asshole?
Dili. It was like, oh my God, is this normal?
No children. No.
Kanang a guy to ang nag-make atong a post. Yeah, so I was like, is this normal? Is it weird na I feel weird that my
Why?
girlfriend is asking me for like $50,000 to for
Actually-
basically giving birth to my child.
It's actually
Our
very
child.
right.
Yeah, so moto, it was like that's an interesting like look at childbirth. And yeah, kita pud ko atong thread that there are people na mag-share swad na kanang gi-abandon ko na sila sa ila husband. Unya wala na sila savings ato kay murag nagasto man niya for all like
Oh
that
my God.
for like not having a
Dali
job.
bitaw kay abandon ang mga pregnant
Women?
women, no?
Women and children.
Hindi kanang pregnant women ba
curious.
is the easiest
Yeah.
nga kanang
Because they
way
can't run.
Oh, the thing that I'm
Oh my
curious
God,
about
sorry.
Ano ka dagan yun? Dako kay lang tiyan. Kanang mahinay sila mulihok.
It's so good. Like, isn't
You
there supposed to be
can do it.
women and children first?
Oh.
then
On every
women-
like drowning ship, but you know,
Yeah.
abandoned ship.
Just go out to
I
buy a pack of
have
cigarettes.
a question.
What?
Like ang 50,000 niya accounted na ang kanang murag like the tests are all like split na sila or
Because basically half ang allow ang pay niya ang husband he gets to keep all of it. Man.
Actually, 50,000 isn't
no
enough.
like
it has to be more.
akong is
What?
are they calculating the parts na for example siguro understood naman na the doctor's visits are all like split na sila because it's both of their child bill. So ang 50,000 niya is just to compensate for her losses lang jud.
I think that's all of it. Na kanang all of the expenses that they would incur from making this child.
It's very low though.
So padung na sa child nga kuan. Di na
But
siya
I
kanang
think-
murag bayad sa iyang kanang murag sa tawag ni murag
Child
wage niya for making
Murag
a child.
ingana pud siya na kanang tungod sa iya kay ma-lower iya wage by taking this child. Murag nangita siya compensation putting the rest na
Pero
iya.
compensation siya in the way nga magamit nila for
Yeah,
the
ma-split nila 50-50 basically ang everything else. So like
Yeah.
this is my compensation so I can also contribute.
So hatag
basic-
lang extra 50 pero magkuan gyapon ta ani.
Basically-
Yeah, mag 50-50 guys.
Pero
Basically,
the
yeah.
math works out that we will still be earning the same thing
Yeah.
and
Oh.
spending the same thing.
Basically, what she's doing is she's asking for him to bear 50% of the brunt of the weight that she's gonna carry, like financially.
Oh, sa kadto lang nga period lagi.
Yeah, just for her. And how many months was that? Just
Like a year man iya maternity
I
leave
guess-
because of like
I think okay naman siguro.
fancy.
What were the comments saying?
Murag, most of them were like on the side of the girl. Kay murag, sakto man pod na.
Reddit.
Excuse me.
Reddit.
Do you want to
Yeah.
know? Like
Bunch of simps.
I've been kind of like going on a downward spiral about motherhood lately, and I've been
I
researching
thought that
about
was
pregnancy.
something else. I thought that was Mama Moo was
Mama Moo.
downwards.
Also, because it has mama in it.
apil na sa spiral.
Yes, very feminist, but like been reading or kind of discussing. There have been a lot of things coming out of mother material. There's a movie coming out starring what's her name, the girl from Grey's Anatomy.
That's a horror movie.
Yeah, but
one?
it's also about mothers. It's called
Yeah,
Uma.
so is Hereditary and Babadook.
Yeah.
Also
Well-
Lost Daughter.
Ah, Lost
yes,
Daughter.
And worst
we've
person
watched,
in the world.
we've watched a lot of mother stories lately, and like we've been discussing about motherhood and child rearing, and you know how hard it is to give birth. You have to like in the Philippines, you have to spend like 100,000 just to give birth to a child.
May
And
nalang
this
ako
is
kay
cesarean, and you
test.
there's a probability you could get pre-eclampsia
Yeah.
or eclampsia, and you could die.
Or you
You
could
could
die.
Or if you don't die, like your pussy rips apart in half. And
Di man siguro
in half.
crosswise or lengthwise. So,
no, like there's a tear about like it's a pussy, but it gets wider or it gets ripped
Oh.
down to the anus
Oh.
area. That's very possible, especially if your kid's fat.
Your mouth's good though.
And
No
it's
complaints
It's
there.
so sad for mothers. Like, it's so hard for them to pee for an entire year, and sometimes it doesn't heal for 5 years. Think of that, and just because the
that's
man
how you
wants a
hate
child.
your
The
children.
man I mean, yeah. Sometimes the woman also wants the child.
Bitaw.
But then they regret it.
sometimes, you know.
Not all the time, Tiny.
Sometimes.
Some people like motherhood.
Some women are unnatural mothers.
Some are built for it though.
Some of
built just because they have plants and cats.
And a huge ass. An ass that shouldn't even be proportional to their body.
But I'm just saying,
context, Bayani is the only one who wants children.
like, in this table, none of us want children. But it's so hard for a woman to have a child, to think of getting the physical toll it has on your body. And your body will never be the same after that.
Sige, kanang high school nga pusta ba?
Wow.
High school nga pusta sa pila may kuan mo.
Pusta sa
We'll never
Pila
have
may
kids.
impression mo to have a child.
200K!
200K?
Whoa.
Pesos?
Dollars!
Bitaw no, mga $50,000.
Oh, I'm giving you new life. Think that's easy, bitch?
Hey, she came up with that number with a binder, so show your work.
Yeah, mao po ang iya income ato ko 100K per year. So I was like, 50K, that's fine, I guess.
And to think that our laws are they're very terrible for women. Like, we still have very backwards laws for cutting women and like maternity leave. We only have like pila ka months. It's just months. It's not even a year.
6 months.
It's not even. And we don't talk about postpartum depression. We don't talk about, oh my god, how a baby suckles onto your teeth and just bites your
Teeth?
Onto your teeth.
I didn't know baby suckles on teeth.
Tiny
teeth.
Japana.
Teeth.
A pure
Teeth.
wordsmith.
Teeth.
Teeth.
Yeah, they just
Jesus.
clamp onto that and it fucking bleeds. They bite on it. Oh my god.
She
What
is
kind of
scared.
It's okay, Tiny. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe it'll be kinky.
Yeah. Bite my tit harder, Bayani. Oh, no,
I think
never
that's
heard
against the
that
law
one
if
before.
you have a child do that.
Yeah, it's against the law if you start liking it.
No, do not have minors suck on your teeth unless they're your own child. Yes.
Wa na. Saan nila to pagbalik ano sa right
we
track.
go back.
Di, I think naraman kay murag point po na sa pains nga hagian sa motherhood ba
Yeah.
for
like,
mothers.
Just the physical toll of it is extreme.
Unya kana ang nakabati pod kay sa Filipino nga kanang family system. Grabe gid siya ka patriarchal pud kayo dating nga kanang murag the man's word kay law gina.
Well, actually, also, like, murag na internalized misogyny on women, too. Like,
Bitaw,
murag,
that's
they're
also
also waiting for the children. When are the children gonna come? And then, like, we get hounded all the time about when we're gonna get
Oh.
children.
Yeah.
And then when we say na, oh no, we're not ready, we don't have money for that yet. And they're like, pur pera na lang iniisip nito nila. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Bito, ang ilang attitude towards children is build it and they
It
will
will
come.
come.
The money will come. God will
sa grabe
provide.
reklamo mo, pera, pur pera lang iniisip.
Kamoy
And I'm like,
manghatag og kwarta.
I'm thinking about the child. Like, if I can't make the child happy, like with my income,
Nya karon magpabayad ng mga mama. Di ba?
Og 50
rightfully so.
Yes, we need to be paid. Is it your body that's gonna be torn apart?
Also,
Your pussy?
your fun money. I want fun money if I'm getting if I have a
Yeah,
child.
like
even if I
Ali
don't
Wong.
get all my salary.
I want a bicycle like Ali Wong does. She got a pregnancy bike.
it's a very long story.
But she
Tiny
got a
assumes that
pregnancy
you've
bike.
seen everything.
Please watch Ali Wong's comedy special for in context. Yes, she's also a mother.
Well, yes, it's a sort of like 50-50 mo everything, no?
Yeah,
Pwede like
like
tanan.
I don't know. Tiny makes way more money than me. So 50-50 is like more. I can't do that. What we tried best is that at some point what we did was we counted how much money we had and how much percentage both of us had to like give up para fair.
Equity.
Yeah. But at some point, if you love someone, like di mo na mamatter ang money. Like,
I don't wanna mind.
Pag-anak na lang dito.
fine. Like, money, fine, get your money. It's like, just pay it back in blowjobs, okay?
Wow.
What are your thoughts on motherhood, Pia? I'm curious.
Because I'd really
I'm-
like to meet them.
I'm ambivalent.
Towards motherhood.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if it happens, but like, I don't know. I like the thought of like having a child and doing it right. Yeah.
It's
Some parents inspire me. I was like, oh, they're doing such great jobs, and also, oh my God, they're doing such bad jobs. And I was like, if I had a child, I could probably do better.
oh yeah, like that kind of I'll
I didn't
show
know you
my
were that
parents
competitive.
kanang that I'll show my parents mentality. I think is kind of inherent with people our age, because like recently we had a friend who was also talking about like I asked him how do you feel about nanakay anak, and then he was like saying, I just want to show my parents na I'm better than them. Like, because that's kind of the big guilt trip that your parents do. Like, and then when you tell them that, no, mom, you're wrong, they go, I'm the parent, I know. And then, like, oh, okay, that's your big finisher line. That's it. But if you somehow have the kid and then you raise the kid na right, and then you have the nice relationship, you can go point your parent at, like, like, say hi to Lola, and then the child is like polite na, hi Lola, and then right behind you, like you're the parent is going like,
Or don't say hi to Lola because they have free will.
Yeah.
yeah.
let
Do
them
you
say
want
it
to say
themselves.
anything to Lola?
Fuck
I
you,
don't
Lola.
know. Daddy said, like,
You're a cunt.
Daddy said, suck on this. I don't know why. And then like, pagtanaw ni mo kayo, it's talking at 3 years old. What about that? Oh, did you want a PlayStation 5? Go ahead, kid. Because I know how to manage my expenses.
I mean,
I
Di
don't
mo kayo ba aning reference, pero I know you're gonna be a great
Which
mother.
one?
What reference is this to? That movie.
We saw The Lost Daughter, so
Such an unnatural
I
mother.
stole the
you
doll.
will die on the shores of the beach.
She said something about motherhood. It is the greatest and worst responsibility.
I'm pretty sure it's being Spider-Man is the greatest. Like motherhood. It's 9 months.
Neighborhood.
But neighborhood Spider-Man.
Did Peter Parker's dick tear into two?
Huh?
Wow.
Wow, his DNA split into 2 while it was melding
comes
with
from
those
his
spider
hand.
powers.
That's the wrong Spider-Man. That's a Toby
Fine.
It's still a
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker.
Fine, died fighting Thanos, so shut your mouth.
Maingan man good siya, kanan man na it doesn't go anywhere go out anywhere else. He said that. I watched the movie.
Woodley
Oh,
doodly.
Pia watched
How could we just
Spider-Man?
segue from motherhood to Spider-Man?
Okay, come on, ang talking
Kinamay
about
man.
responsibility.
Taking over.
Ang ako lang jud about childbirth, and when you have a child, you
Mo lang gina.
Yeah.
Kanila nga, isa lang ikabuo ka.
you have to listen to their feelings, boy, because they're all just like humans trying to be, a
Well,
person in the world.
In some
So you
cultures,
just gotta
they're
like listen to them. Like, what do they want? What do they need?
Oh wait,
It's
this is
not just,
children or pregnant women?
like people who are having like have children. Just like listen to their feelings, okay?
Ang child
'Cause-
ng pamino.
Yeah, because like they have feelings and like they have big feelings and they don't know what to do with them because they're a child and they don't know anything.
Yeah,
So
they're
you
just-
don't like abuse them and you don't like.
Na-confused ko sa imong subject word agreement. I was asking, who are we supposed to understand? Pregnant women?
No,
or
we're
children.
supposed to understand children.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm calling out to all the people who are parents.
and future parents.
Stop being so frustrated by your children not like having their own feelings and wants
I feel like
because they're
she's,
human
Until now,
and that's their thing.
I feel like she's already scolding me.
until now, my mom is like
I'm already
telling
frustrated at the child. Is, what the fuck do you want?
me. The thing about letting kids have their feelings, man said good. It's like even into adulthood, we have parents who are like, I don't think we have a culture that allows you to feel your feelings.
Exactly, that's
Okay,
why.
like even not just with children. It's like whenever I'm just showing na murag something is frustrating me, the most annoying thing that my mom keeps doing is like, mag-positive ka lang. It's like, okay
Yeah.
lang yan. And I'm like, can you shut up? I'm trying to understand myself, and then ikaw kay sige positive dira. Yeah.
Oh, there was this video about it where a kid was throwing a tantrum because she didn't want to take a bath. And then the mother was like, she was soaked in water and she was really exhausted, but she took the child into her arms and embraced the child. Well, the child was crying and it's like, oh, like, why are you crying? Why are you feeling bad? Tell me the source of your, like, sorrow. And what are we going to do about it? And then the child eventually stopped crying because she was talking about her feelings. Like, I feel bad because I don't want to take a bath.
Pia na yung pasabot.
No. Shut up. Yes.
I don't want to drink water. It doesn't have a taste.
But
Children are so young.
But the child calmed down eventually
Yeah.
because the child was able to verbalize how they felt.
just
and,
didn't want to.
and then eventually said, "Oh, I love you, Mama. And let's take a bath." And that was the end of it.
Actually, one of the most important things that I learned recently, anger is a secondary emotion.
The first is
No, like anger is
It's
like
a result of something.
yeah, it's like my deeper feeling of that, and
What's
I guess
a deeper feeling?
yeah, it can be anything. It could be like frustration or sadness or like
Yeah,
guilt.
actually.
Instead, you're feeling insecure, you'd get angry.
or fear.
Yeah, or fear, and so you just
That's
like
what
if
Pixar
someone's
taught me.
if someone's angry, you just let them be angry for a while. If
And
the
then they'll
kid is
calm down.
angry, you just let
Speaking
them
from
be.
experience,
You just let them be
I'm
angry.
like, Jesus Christ, again?
He's angry all the time.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens. Anyway,
And then you just cry, and then that's also a secondary emotion.
crying is a secondary action. It's like, ah.
Actually, yeah, it comes out of anger, frustration.
Oh, good. And kids can be angry and frustrated. You just let them be angry and frustrated, and then you teach them to tell them what they want.
Yeah, I guess.
Communicate. So many people need to heal this part of their lives.
Do you want to chime in, Ernest?
Isa pa rin sa
Communicate.
kuan kay ang isa sa maka-retard sa growth. Retard sa growth, ha? Sa pag-develop sa isa ka bata.
Stunt. The word is stunt.
Oh, you just had to say the R word, huh? You had that
it's
one.
Slow, it's French for slow.
Yeah.
It's in music, bitch. Kay mustorya ka niya in Baby Talk. Like, imo na siyang ganun.
Oh, yeah.
Ganun, buhat ribin sa ako.
Bujing, bujing. Amo na stunted si Ernest.
Stunted ka niya. Kay kuan siya kanang dili siya words na magamit nila.
Dili
Dili nila kana makopya na nga maka-communicate siya
express.
balik sa kanang mga adults ba. Yeah. Nay kasagaran mga bata nga kanagiana do Baby Talk pod kay medyo kuan gyud dugay sila makasugod og basa, dugay sila makasugod og kanang
You talk to them
mathematics.
as if they were adults.
Yeah.
So,
Dili po siguro nimo
Hello.
kanang istoryaon.
Hello, Gilbert.
It's like we had a prior engagement. We agreed to the terms that you would behave.
why are you late?
Let's circle back
I just
to why you're
think,
feeling this way.
I just think we have to touch base here.
Bitaw corporate speak for children. Maghimo miog ka ng crash course na.
I just like to get to
Karong
the
summer.
root of your problem so that we can come
What
to
frustrates
an
you?
amicable solution.
Explain to me.
I feel like this is outside the scope of my responsibilities.
As your mother.
And then the child is just like, okay. I just think that
So by the age of 8, kay nanay ka ng call center ready nga child sa inyong balay.
This is very bad customer
the
service.
child will be like, as per my last email.
As per my last tantrum.
I have
said that I
requested
would-
this 3 times already.
And you have not delivered.
The Chuckies are not here.
The prior agreement was for you to bring full cream milk. And
the
the
table.
product received was soy.
As per the contract, I will receive candy after dinner.
When I
You
finish my
signed?
broccoli.
You signed right here. Explicitly on this document.
It's like, I would not want to bring up HR. HR is like Lola.
Sarang po ni.
And then the child is like, you did this. You started this.
And yung lola naturally will not follow the corporate speak. You.
Di ko sunod si Lola. And it's like, Lola, I'm trying to tell you that my mommy didn't deliver the Chuckies. And then the Lola is like, oh, your pictures are so cute. That's for Lola. That's for Lola.
I will dance if you guarantee that there will be chocolates after.
This is why we shouldn't be parents. Oh my god.
Just us being good to children ba? Muling may tong.
We get them to do corporate speak. Please communicate properly.
In full sentences and proper English grammar, please.
Look at us giving people child advice. None of us have birthed anything
Pero,
into life here.
Kani successful man nga children ang ilang gi-breed good. If ma-follow sila sa
Are we
atong
really
Ito.
successful?
Di kay
No, I mean, we
ready naman
haven't
sila
done
for
it
the
yet.
corporate world at by the age of 10.
Yeah, they're like managers. Dude.
They'd come out with like Bluetooth earphones in their
Yeah, like, set up the Bluetooth device. Paggawas na.
Kailan chupon
Bluetooth
kayo
device is ready.
Isn't this a very bad children's movie?
Mga first
Boss
words sa
Baby.
Boss Baby. Ugh.
It's terrible.
Bitaw, make boss babies.
boss babies. That's how you make boss babies.
Because boss bitches make boss babies. Oh no.
Well, that was fun.
Never. Children, never.
Yes. So it's a cautionary tale for people like us.
Totally.
To not
Pero lingaw
have
siya.
children.
Lingaw siya ang concept.
If you want to make babies, make babies.
Yeah, just
Just be good parents.
Yeah,
Not
just-
like us, though. Not us.
yeah. We're not meant to be parents. We're unnatural mothers.
Yeah, says the lady with the.
Tay, ang lubot ra gid yung naka-natural sa iyang mother, Benny.
Huh?
I don't even
No.
have the titties for it. Oh my god.
Not yet. But
Oh my god.
it's the
Yeah.
titties come after.
So much
Anyway.
mothers talk.
Okay.
Man, there's-
Let's go to men's issues.
I think.
Nagipaningot mo. Storyag bata.
I think.
What about men,
Na may
do you
space for menhood.
Yeah, of course.
In
In fact,
Na ba?
there
Aba?
is actually. I was so pissed because there was this woman writer who was talking about cutting how she doesn't prefer the term feminism. She instead of saying I am feminist, you're supposed to say I support feminism because I am feminist is neo feminism though, where it's it pushes back against men. Well, of course we have to push back against men. It's been their show for 100 years.
Well, 55 episodes.
Spare me the semantics.
But yes, there is a space for men and
Me
women
too.
in feminism because
Oh,
we
yeah.
are addressing toxic masculinity.
I had a thought about that pag college na. It's like just to show na I think maybe stupid yung a thought na what's wrong with feminism is that it's called feminism na it's championing like one gender. So if you call it something like what equalism, maybe everyone will be like, well, they want equal for all genders.
I mean, like, you have to be familiar. You'd have to be. It's existed for years now. You'd have to be familiar with it. So
yeah, but
Do you think
yeah, it's
the
like,
Philippines
you
Yeah.
would
No,
have
is familiar?
With
to be
feminism?
familiar with it.
yeah, and my point na lang is like on the surface optics niya, like maybe the fact that it's called feminism is like the thing that turns people off immediately when you hear feminism.
Oh, pero di na siya thing.
You're not supposed to stop at that point.
Yeah, of course.
Di,
But some people do, you know.
di siya something mo applicable sa kunaka in college ba? Kay murag ingnan magig ka-announce ang meaning sa
Yeah, I
feminism.
know. It's more of I'm trying to get
Murag
into
pang high
the
school na siyang kuan.
maybe.
I think to the
Quandary,
lay, siguro
moral
sa
of
lay
it.
people.
No, because I'm trying to get into the heads of the people who are not for
Anti-
feminism and who are ngano mag-ingon pa man sila na I'm not a feminist. Like I wouldn't say that because immediately ang hunahuna na mga feminist is kanang mga the extreme na mga man-hating na and there are
Misandry.
kind of people who
Nazi
miscommunicate
feminist.
their feminism like like mga comedians, very educated women na marag mag-ano sila, but then when they like I was watching this one comedian na murag, she was so happy that there were like no men in her show, but then like her show like undersold because she wasn't allowed to have men in them. And then murag kanang, oh, why did you do that? Like murag ning gawas na lang na you kind of hate men if like nakaingani nga attitude.
Yeah, she's allowed to hate men. If she takes the hit of
It's
not
a-
wanting men in her
Bitaw,
audience, it's
nasi
fine.
It's a
feminist tax.
Mo yun ang feminism ba? It's all about choice.
Bitaw. Choice, which is a big issue in Philippine politics too lately. Choice.
Feminism is a very big issue in Philippine politics right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's been this discussion on Twitter lately.
Naman.
A lot of people don't like Lenny just because she's a woman.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's so stupid.
She's succeeding. Like
What's that?
That's mean.
We don't condescend to people. Dapat we have to understand bakit.
That's
Kasi
mean.
stupid.
That's mean.
Kasi stupid sila. Bakit? Hindi kasi in-educate. Ganun. Tapos pity na. Ay, hindi sila educated.
But it's like like people hate Lenny just because she's a woman, but if she were a man and she was doing everything that she was doing, you know, like going to like attending to different typhoons or tragedies and going mangangkas lang, people would celebrate him if she were a man.
I think because patriarchal man sa dang atong religion. So like unsa man, boboto ba ka ni Mother Mary or si Jesus na nagsalig lang sa iyong
Get
papa?
Jesus if you don't have Mother Mary. Don't be a dumbass like that, man.
No, but I think I go to like katong when we went to a wedding recently, and then the priest had an entire spiel about like kanang yung lalaki dapat yung nagtatrabaho, tapos yung babae taga-alaga lang yan, and then this is like embedded jud into people go there and then they're like, yes, this is what we need to do.
I know people who
weird na siya. Pod kay ang kasagaran mga inana nga murag mga homily or something.
Yeah.
Kay mostly nadunggan ako sa mga kanang newer nga mga religion. Mga kuan ba? Sa tawag ni mga born again, mga
like mga offshoots sa Christianity.
Mga offshoots sa Christianity. Pero na po yung mga hardliner nga Catholic nga inana gyapon.
Na still patriarchal. I think like a lot of Catholics are still very patriarchal.
Yeah.
Sige to bit. What's that to me?
Completely forgot.
Sige. Mahilom sa ko. As a tax.
It's earnest podcasting tax. Tax as a man.
Interruption tax.
What were you gonna say, Pia?
I forgot na gani. Let's go somewhere else.
About
Pia, what were
patriarchy.
you gonna say? Use your words, Pia.
I hate that I use your words, but it's so fun. Use your words.
Yeah, it's really sad how like we are supposedly one of the most progressive countries in the
Yeah,
Southeast
we've
Asia.
had
Who
Miriam
said
Defensor,
that?
we've
Asia?
had Cory, we've had GMA, so many like we had Visa
Jimmy,
Ontiveros.
ginakalaotan nito.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
mean,
like yeah. Pero people think that nakaidagan matag senators and women and like di ba sa atop pod, if it's a woman you always assume that she's
she's
smart.
great.
She's
Yeah,
smart somehow.
but
She's
not
responsible.
Not all women.
Yeah, even pagsuot gani sa UP, it was like murag, wow, there are like 10 women to every 3 dudes. Like, I think in my like growing up in high school, it's kind of the women are known to be the more responsible ones in school.
Sila may class president per me.
And I think like
That's a burden.
They're the organized, sila ang mo ano sa assignment,
Emotional
sila mo take
labor.
notes.
did you know like population wise there's more women than men?
Oh,
Just slightly.
Well, still more.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Gonna
we
turn
get
into
the
an I Am Legend or something here. Oh no, Vandred, I mean. It's an anime.
yeah, like
Okay.
What's your thought?
pero kana kung maabot man gani sa pwesto si Lenny, how do you think ang iyang pagkababae kay ma-impact ani nga kuan sa iyang presidency if maabot man gaya ng point?
I hope that she
Nag-troll
discusses.
sa mga na, sana ma-rape ka.
Yeah, that's terrible.
like,
That's really
I
terrible.
think whenever she does some kind of move where she backs down, it immediately gets blamed because she's a
babae na
woman.
siya.
Yeah.
Because akong pinakasama ko na madongga na I'm voting for BBM kasi parang siyang strong na leader. And I'm like, why? Did you watch him like lift something?
He didn't even shake hands with people because I have an owie on my arm.
Ang na-actual strength kasi Pacquiao man sa ilan.
Yeah, maybe.
Physically.
Maybe
It's
that's
like-
why.
Very headstrong na mura, money, please, just baka maubos yung pera.
no.
Hindi. Sinabi
Everyone
ko
who
na.
doesn't like BBM and hates Lenny for being a woman, kay maglakso na lang og magpakyaw.
At least it's not BBM. I will forgive him for that.
Lakson? Really? I mean,
Which
they
is also
want
very
Lakson for
terrible.
being a strong man too. I was like, fuck, he did anti-terror law.
Yeah, he had a lot of terrible legislation, si Lacson.
And then when he
And-
was asked to,
Like-
can you address like your role during the martial law era?
Like-
And he was like, that wasn't my department. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can either confirm
It's
or
like,
deny.
you know what? Everyone's been asking me about this. Hindi ko nga department yun.
And that's exactly what
Sure.
Bong Bong does. I was like, what? I was a...
He
didn't
doesn't
happen.
need to do that. Kaya hindi man siya mutunga. It's just a mark of a very strong
It's
leader.
like, how could I know? I
Kanang
wasn't
mulibid
there.
siya outside of the the pack. Ba? Diba? Ganahan ko
He's
sa
a
style.
lone wolf.
Oh?
He's a lone wolf, Ernest. Alpha.
Di siya mo kanang sa tawag ni mo musubay sa inyong ganahan.
Dili
pagbuhat
siya
sa'yo.
sheep. He's a lion.
The BBM works in
The
mysterious
Cheetah,
ways.
cheetah mo lang.
Cheetah, di ba ito siya?
Bitaw. Sige siya cheetah.
What were you gonna say, babe? Kanang, before I interrupted.
Nakalimot na po ko.
Women.
Like, look at everything that Lenny's done. And do you think, like, physically you would be capable of it? From during her campaign period, she was in Cebu, and the very next day she was in Iloilo. She was in Cebu until like 9 in the evening. The very next morning, 7 a.m., she was already in Iloilo.
But they don't know about
Tayo
that.
nakagig man kog duha ka tulo ka venue in one
Oh,
day.
so you're saying you could do
Okay.
what
In different
Lenny's doing.
in different islands. In different islands,
If
Ernest.
Well,
na koy kanang
van?
Entourage?
No, na koy
Na siya entourage.
Ay, motor?
All Ernest has to do is go on the stage and go wave.
Prepared na para nako, kaya na nako buhaton.
She
Tens.
does the
I would be a
logistics.
strong leader.
Strongman,
Oh,
but it's
strong.
Ernest. Oh.
Dili. Bako kog likod.
Really strong back.
Hindi strong, Chan. Okay ka ba, Chan? Hindi. Kailangan mo pa ng Yakult at saka
Pero it's
lactobacilli.
it's doable man. Kaya ngon man ko.
Bitaw, makaangkas man tang
Mabuhat
tanan.
man nimo kung kanang
Makaangkas man si
na
Ernest.
mag-prepare sa imo sa imong
Bitaw.
kuan flight na kay kuan na nagsubay sa imo. Uy, nakamata ka. Wa ka miss sa imong flight. Inani bitong orasa ano ba? Sabot kay ka sa lugar, di ba?
You've been a secretary for a while, right?
She has. Bit. pero di na siya nak sa iyang murag ka ng makakita lang ko sa way in which kana makuha na ba murag
Pero sila,
matabunan na sa lain sa podcast na.
sila mong tanan kay na secretaries and people organizing behind them. Pero si Lenny Roman
Very proactive. And she's had this like team. She's been doing this for years. Like she's been visiting kanang remote barangays, like traveling to different provinces during times of tragedy, like, catastrophe, times of calamity. She's always there. So like she's very experienced that
Okay.
way. And you just won't vote for her
Di
because
pareha
she's a
sa
woman.
United Nations ug sa NATO ba. Pero it's another story.
Lagi. Naman po yung double standard pod kay like the only thing people have against Nani is like kung ano man sila prayers mo sa dilawan.
That's it.
Kanya mo ka na i-associate nila tanan ng mga dilawan to Lenny na wala pa nahitabo. Pero si Marcos wala pa
Naklaro na
nahitabo
tayo.
na we all saw what happened here, right?
Nasa tanan pictures.
He
Nasa
lied.
pa na news.
He cheated so many times. He lied about his diploma so many times.
There's already the rift na ba, diba, between the BBM and the DDS.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it already
civil
exists.
war sila ron.
Oh, nakuha man ni Isko ang kuan.
Is kumarin.
Ang mga
Siya
DDS.
man kanang gihatagan ni Duterte sa kanang sword. Kana bitang meme. Kanang ng sword. Eh, daw.
What about Bongo? I thought that, like, ikaw na. ang
No,
sus-
I have
Dato
not
na
heard
sila.
anything from Bongo
Hindi,
at all.
Ning step down naman si Bongo sa race,
Dato
diba?
na kayo na sila. Wala sila
He doesn't need to. He's Chinese.
Oo, nalapitan niya.
Can we, like...
Filchay. Filchy animals.
Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
for the pun ba? For the pun, ha? For the pun.
Merry Christmas, you feel chay.
It's okay.
Filchy animal
New
clinic.
Year,
ba?
There is a Filchy animal clinic. It does exist.
Speaking of, di ba, naman ko'y theory sa una nga, every time maabot ang election kay nay Aquino nga mamatay.
Yo.
Kasi,
Yeah, mura ka i-sacrifice na siya for kanang
For the
for the presidency.
Mm.
Kita mo sa itsura ni Chris karon.
oh yeah,
Chris
yeah,
Aquino.
yeah.
Pero na
Actually,
may usa na kuan.
she's really gone.
Oh, pero I think they're doubling up.
Because this is gonna be a
I think
hard
they're doubling
fight.
up.
This election season
Grabe
is
na,
difficult.
niwang na bitaw gid kayo siya, mura ka nang
She's really gone. She has 84
Kasi gone.
pounds.
She's gone.
She's
Gone.
The tea.
The tea is gone. But gone.
oh,
Yeah.
nakuyawan ko ato kay murag namakuan man to siya, di ba? Murag last year kay napato siya.
We have
I was like, I got worried now. Niniwong Jun, but it's Lenny. I was like, kayo ha? Na-worried ako ng konti ha? Oh my God, is this it?
Oh.
Oh my God! Is she okay? How old is she now?
I think she has an autoimmune disease.
She has something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not a fiance.
She's 84 pounds.
Oh my fucking God. She looks like... Oh no.
84 pounds. That's super malnourished.
Oh no, 84 pounds?
Yeah. 84
Oh,
is
yeah.
really low.
Nako'y
That's
concerned
super unhealthy.
niya as a person, pero napugoy ka ng
She's
Murag.
rich, she'll be fine.
dili pod ka ng murag
Saman.
kuan lang gid siya. Weird lang siya nga it happens during elections ba.
Oh my God.
Aww. She's gonna get through it. She has
To
all the
seek
best
medication
doctors.
abroad.
Oh.
Ugh. Mo gyapon na, like even if you have all the money, if there's stuff you can't do here and di ka pwede mo darga, it's still difficult.
What is she sick with?
Wala pa niya gi-divulge man.
Oh my God.
It was an autoimmune
It's like I
thing.
never liked her, but
Mao
like...
po na akong feeling ron.
I
wouldn't-
liked her. My mom liked her,
I
so I was
don't
like,
want her
yes,
to die
Chris
like
Aquino.
miserably.
Kana pod nga kanang murag
I like the memes that
naigo na
came
siya
from
pag-ayo.
her.
Naigo siya pag-ayo ba karon with something.
I feel like she'll survive the election season.
I hope so.
Pero if
I-sacrifice siya.
she doesn't, unsa may tanaw ninyo mukha na murag sa may reflection na sa
Electoral,
mahitabo
ano?
sa sa votes ba.
I'm pretty sure some
Ooh.
religious groups will be like, God works in mysterious ways, which is the go-to if something bad happens. No? Mysterious ways.
Huwag kang nega. Always has to spin it in a
Pero
positive light.
wala may kanang political nga tayo si Chris Aquino. So,
Well,
kaayo, diba?
the
So if she dies, it's
she's
like,
still a celebrity.
she's the buzz. And we must support Boy Abunda, who was her partner in The Buzz. And Boy Abunda supports
Supports
BBM. And let's go,
No.
BBM!
Base mo na ang ilang kanang
That's a big
dots
twist.
nila na connect ba.
Oh my god.
It's only The Buzz, by The Buzz
That
is forever.
That doesn't make sense. But, that's how people usually
No,
think.
I think mas si Chris with like anak siya ni Cory Aquino, and then like,
Dilawan siya, so she's Lenny.
and then Cory Aquino was anti-Marcos, so no Marcos.
No? Na most likely mao ginaang kon.
But I don't know. I feel like kaning Star Power has very little control as of late in the elections. Kaya people are like,
Like, look at...
like Lenny has a lot of starlets
Bitaw
backing her
maglagot
up.
ko.
But
Maglagot ko actually.
Naglagot lang ko kay
But-
wala nang anta si Sharon.
like biggest stars support her. Si Angelica Panganiban, si Shawi,
Ellie.
si Ellie
Si
Buendia,
Angel.
Angel
Locsin.
Locsin.
Oh my God, Angel!
Of course, Angel
Kita mo
Locsin,
doon na
wala
sila
na.
picture si Angel Locsin, si basta ka na murag sa ABS-CBN ng mga female ng mga leads nila.
Oh,
Kaya nagana sila,
tanan.
nagtanaw sila.
Si Angelica Panganiban.
That's so sweet.
Si Ann Cortez, no? Nagtanaw sila og ng phone, ang caption kay kanang nagkantaw grower si Kuan. Si pangalan ni? Si kas PBB sa ano ba?
Si Tony.
Stony. Sa katong
They did that!
Oh, dili mo ang caption mo, ang caption.
Okay.
Pero
They shaded her. They shaded her.
Ginaba
niya
ni
kay
Bea.
nagkatawa man sila to niya. Ilan na ako kay ganun.
I have there's something that came out on Twitter called the Ngiwe Challenge.
That's
I don't
that's
know.
diss
What's
on
that?
BBM.
Is that political?
That's
Or-
a shade on BBM because
Which
he
is-
has like there was a picture of him
Nasa
with
bruxism
weird,
or kanang
weird jaw.
Like
Yeah.
Sylvester
kanang
Stallone?
mungat-ngat ka ba?
Na mo, what is
Kanang mo
that?
grind sa imong teeth ba? Kanang involuntary siya kay sige kag
Ay mo.
take og uppers.
Yeah, is that the sign?
Uppers.
Uppers.
Oh, then he does this. Look, oh,
I'm on a
Di,
sign saying
ko
Involuntary
mo
din,
man na murag ka ng involuntary man na siyang murag ka kanang manggigil bitaw sa imong kuan. Mo pa lisod na sila maglisod kag tulon if mo na imong tirada.
Okay.
Luya to sa tanan with bruxism na not having drugs, no?
Mo? Nade. Basin.
I don't know.
Okay, fine.
Thanks a lot, Pablo Escobar.
Pero bitaw ko napalay ka ng pro-cocaine use nga kuan. Movement ba?
Really?
Pro cocaine use?
Why? Is there
Why?
any benefits to
Adi,
it?
kay isa naman na siya sa dako nga murag platform niya kay wala man siya giingon na platform, di
Whose
ba?
platform is this?
Aside sa
It's a BBM.
Unity.
Oh, lagi. Just unity.
Also, kana na lang. Oh, pero recently, nag-release mo siyang statement about sa Ukraine
Oh, sa
versus
Ukraine?
Russia.
Oh, yeah. Na wala. Unsa to?
Before that, he was all unity. Put unity,
Oh, kanang-
Ukraine and Russia. Woo!
Neutral. Switzerland.
Neutral. O di, wala siya paki.
Neutral
Kana
na
dita
siya,
mo hilabot na kay Philippine Matters lang atong kuan.
Yung karon kaning nana siya statement goes, he flip-flop.
There are Filipinos in Ukraine, and they're like, we do not like this war. We denounce this war.
There are Filipinos in Ukraine?
Yeah, there are
Oh,
Filipinos everywhere.
Oh, I guess mga caretaker dyan.
Wow, professionals.
Am I wrong?
Professionals.
Professional caretaker.
Kamura ang negative na, whoa, caretaker!
Not
But I was
the-
just
like,
like,
it's just like
Why?
not just that.
oh, like what? There
Also
are
nurses.
I thought those were the same thing.
They're very different.
Anyway,
Oh, where were we? Marcos, Bongbong,
Is it time for West Side
Ukraine.
Story yet?
Whoa.
I'm just waiting on Pia to be like,
No,
Mambo?
there's no more time.
oh, there's no
Go.
more time. We'll
There's
have to talk about it
Pwede
another
naman mo
time.
kuan mo sachet into
Sachet away.
musical number karon. Just to kana fade out na to sa karon nga episode.
Do we
Okay.
dance?
What is this?
What dance is that? Yeah, that's not even a...
Kuwang man mo cooking.
I have a question. Nalingaw na ka na si Ansel Elgort out of Pia?
Huh? Kisa na.
Remake na siya. Remake na.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
remake.
So ang original kasi naghimo to.
Si Kuan.
I have no idea.
No idea.
But the original is kanang
Kay nindot man po kayo to.
Yeah.
Original.
the original was known for its insane dance sequences.
Bito,
You watch it.
director or choreographer ito. I only know the lyrics and the music was by Bernstein
Yeah.
and Sondheim.
I
But
also
like
know.
when Spielberg took over the project, kanang nakaano siya na grabe ka modern ang nagpioneer siya sa modern camera movements kay grabe kayo move ang camera.
Karon?
Yeah,
So
if you-
karon
Yeah.
Like if you watch the original
The old
one,
one.
and then like so Spielberg like influential daw to niya, so he decided to make it, and then iyang gi-improve upon ang kanang camera movements
And
and
the narrative.
all the blocking. He also fixed some of the narrative.
Kasi
I guess.
kanang murag era niya. Kasi period sa kanang current na
50s.
film. So gibalik 50s gap.
Yeah.
Oh, also the problem with the first film, no matter how amazing the people who danced, they still brown-faced a bunch of white
Yeah.
people. So like,
Yeah.
kanang, okay, we can't
Because
have
we know
that.
Latinos and brown people, lisod man ko sila musaya good. Di
I'm
man
pretty
sila, di man
sure
na
there was-
mawang kanang
They're
ilang
not.
thing.
They're not a dancing culture at all.
I'm pretty sure there's a Filipino in there. I was like, yeah.
Si Chino.
Oh.
But like na issue lagi ang katong new West Side Story because the main guy nila si Ansel Elgort is cancelled na ba na
Si Cancel Argor.
Si cancelled
a
Elgort.
good representative of the white people.
Cancelled
But
Albert.
it's like
Cancelled.
dagan kayong mga dili sila ka-praise og tarong sa movie because they're like
You
there are articles about we can just forget that
Ano
Ansel
na cancel
Elgort
guys
is
ya?
in it."
Because
he was hitting
was
on a bunch of kids.
Ah, oo. Oh,
And then it's like, oh, this is my account. Don't tell anyone.
How?
I'm Ansel Elgort. And then
It wasn't like a false account, like a fan account.
No, that
It
was
ay,
Yeah.
murag
Yeah.
nakuan magid siya.
No.
Yeah, and he would
Yeah.
he would post thirst traps on Instagram a lot.
For
Not
kids.
that I would know.
How will he trap kids?
Di
Like,
man siguro na-appeal sa yung sala, Pia.
the fault in our stars.
will we post for kids candy?
No. Candy. These are 15 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I felt
Probably
like
like
younger
I don't know.
children.
They're
I don't
not.
know.
They're not like 8-year-old kids.
I don't know how
But
nasty he is.
15-year-olds, like, and then he's just like, hey, you think I'm cool, right? Like, mga ganun. So
Maybe he just really needs validation. I don't know.
Ugh.
yeah, a lot of people say na child actors need a lot of validation kay stunted na sila from the time they grow famous.
Yeah, actors and models.
Mga lang si Daniel Radcliffe no na murag kanang he's
Play na siya
surviving.
Weird Al run.
He's
So
thriving.
he's not surviving. But
No, he's okay.
He's
He's
like
just
a surgeon.
doing raps on Jimmy Fallon. He's fine.
Yo,
He's a cutie.
don't be dissing on Danny Radcliffe. He was on Broadway.
Yeah.
He's fucking amazing. Like of the trio, like siya ang pinaka like cool na gihapon
Yeah.
siya.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
still very
Hermione
arty.
became like a politician, like in the real
That's
life.
that's
cringe
also
politician.
cool.
Yeah, and then see Ron is like
cringe feminine.
bunch of Netflix shows.
She's just a white feminist.
Aw. Speaking of Broadway, I was so like I didn't recognize Riff at all. I was like, oh my god, kinsa ni siya pero familiar kay voice, meron ka ng medyo charming ang iya pagka-ratty sa iya voice.
Hey,
Na
Tony.
nasal
Ratty.
nasal jud kay iya
We're gonna
voice.
fight in the Rumble.
No, pero
Already.
kanang pero kuan gyapon siya, he looks like he was from the streets and stuff, and he knew all these stuff. And it turned out he was the guy from Dear Evan Hansen, ang katong brother,
Wow.
I
the one
I
who
know
died.
totally saw Dear Evan Hansen, right, Ernest?
You
How
should.
good.
Everyone.
Yes,
Yeah,
everybody
totally.
has.
Dear, I especially like the
Ang katong nag-shed siya sa yung antlers, diba?
yeah.
Yan, yan na siya. I'm Evan Hansen.
Hey, this is we're talking about Broadway.
So, by
It sounds like something I'd watch.
Kadi mo mag-sequel na siya sa katong Robin Stone Seagal or something.
Anyway, Dear Evan Hansen is a pretty acclaimed Broadway show.
not the
ever
movie.
Dear
Like, not the movie. Fuck the movie.
Uh,
But yeah, it was a good show, even though it was weird.
does it have anything
was
to do
weird.
with Dear?
Dear Evan Hansen is weird,
Why?
but the songs are great. If you just ignore like the weird story plotline, the songs are great. And Ben Platt has a beautiful voice. Not in the movie, probably in the movie, but the movie is just like don't watch that. Anyway, the guy from the original Broadway, the guy who died in Dear Evan Hansen, he's the guy on West Side Story, and it was like, oh, he's unrecognizable because he has short hair and he's so skinny.
That's how actors do it.
Yeah, he's a good actor. And another thing about the
Oh,
West Side
okay.
Story, I was like, oh my god, it's Gustav Dudamel who's doing the
No idea.
conducting in this.
You can tell.
May conducting?
No, like kanang, you know
The
how
musical
Bernstein did the score for the original one. This time it's Dudamel, who is also cute and I
Dudamel?
like him.
Do the meow?
He did. Yes.
But
so sorry.
would you recommend Pia na tanaw na lang ko West Side Story or Batman?
You should watch both.
Yeah.
Pero ang,
You're
ang,
welcome, WB.
ang West Side Story karon nga current. Mura gyapon siya derivative ang iyang storyline sa
First?
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
Same
actually,
ra gyapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still because relevant naman gihapon ang like race
It's so true
relations
to
and
its
stuff.
roots.
And then you just add a bunch of fantastic dancing in it, and you got a fucking show.
Oh, and another interesting thing they did was they changed up like the
The song
order of the
numbers.
songs. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting. Murag ka ng- there are stuff that they did earlier and stuff they did later that make it
Oh.
even more
So new
interesting.
gid siyang experience
Yeah.
even if kanang familiar ka
And-
sa
But
There are
mas
parts-
snappy ra gihapon ang choreography sa
Oh yeah, it's
sa
original.
original.
And there's a new there are new lines and stuff. I guess it's
And-
not very Broadway. It's an actual like film of itself.
And
Kanya
there
mo
are,
kanta ra sila kalit.
Yes.
I was gonna like try to circle this back to Women's Month because they made tweaks to the story that actually made it very pro-feminist and addressed issues in the
Yeah.
first film, issues about rape and how they treat women. I'm like,
Oh, good.
wow,
Yeah.
very good, very good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love that.
Ernest.
I love that
Where
scene.
were you? Where were you?
He was at home because he didn't want to be part of our musical shit.
Traitors.
Yeah. Crazy boy. You're cool.
Iba ko no. Habi ninyo.
You can just do that for any
You
Broadway
only
show.
know the meme.
They did that in Cats too, probably.
Ayaw i-minimize ang akong
Pop culture
It
awareness.
was working.
No, you explicitly said past because musicals.
Kaya ba mo when no one else works in this table?
Wow.
After the cameras stop
Don't
rolling.
tell that.
Aside from kami doon.
Don't say that.
Hey, excuse me.
I'm not gonna enumerate because you're so wrong.
But yes, Pia and Ernest do a very good job at editing.
Bilang anak yun.
the
Everyone
videos.
works here. Like, we pay the rent.
On this.
Oh, yeah.
Let me reiterate.
Hey, I also do the captions.
Oh, bitaw.
Yeah, the
sometimes.
captions are great. The
Hey.
captions are
So,
great,
When
Tiny.
Si Tiny mo naging mo
absent,
itong last.
I love Tiny's captions.
When Pia's but Pia has excellent captions too. But she's absent.
Kaya ako na itong
sometimes.
gisulti. Kaya akong gidis. Nga ko nito nga pang tanawag West Side Story.
Yeah.
He decided that, oh, we're going there? We're
I was
going
like,
there?
oh, no West Side Story.
I was editing the podcast that night.
Okay, apa na man.
Intense finger snapping. Finger snapping intensive voice.
Mo ba na mag-snap sila niya na yung kanang kutsilyo sa pikas ka mo?
Oh, whoa, he knows that
No,
scene.
that's-
Iconic.
Oh.
But
I think, nauna day ang West Side sa katong Michael Jackson's Beat It.
Oh.
Oh, bito no.
Diba? So it was an influence on Michael Jackson. But I'm so happy Pia made me watch it because the scenes were so pretty.
Right.
Yun sa nila pagkuha ang Old New York.
Go on.
CG.
Basta nindot.
CG.
It's all
Pero-
broken down.
Mga gani ang
CG
mga
man
outdoor na
Dili kay
nakuha nila.
broken down man to siya nga kanang squatter area basically so murag
It
ang
looks
ila
CG.
set kay murag daghan kay broken nga buildings niya na gagmay nga kuan. It's like, oh, that's also
Yeah.
interesting.
And the movie kind of addresses the economic place of the gangs because like the Puerto Ricans kind of just bagora sila ning abot sa America and they're just trying to exist there, whereas the white trash is like murag giguba na ang ilang neighborhood and gigentrify na sila. So like ang nabilin dito like the American kids there are like,
That were also
yo,
orphans.
this is our neighborhood, and
They were
yeah, they're
also
also
struggling.
orphans, and then they were just kind of like, the only thing they have is that we were here first, so
Yeah.
kanang that's the only like thing that they can cling to na kind of pride nila.
I was just proud because they didn't do subs for like some of the Spanish parts and I had to like translate
Yeah.
for them. I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
Pia was like,
I
Pia,
knew-
what
I
did
know
they
this.
say?
Asa na ginilas ra des PL.
She was. This is the word for brother.
Yes.
It's like mi nombre, and then as there was a Tom Holland interview like where Geasha like you don't know how to speak Spanish and Geasha it's like soy what's your name soy nom
Mi nombre.
yeah mi nombre what's that and then Tom Holland was like 21
Buguaw gid.
I remember like one of the iconic lines.
Teodoro. What was
I
the guy's
adore you.
name?
Tony
Tony.
Teodoro
Anton.
Tony. Anton. That was also like my favorite part of the original one. I was like, Teodoro. That means I adore you.
Mm-hmm.
my favorite part was the I Feel Pretty one no my favorite part is the mambo like
Oh yeah, the
in the
mambo's
school
so fun.
intense
But originals had a better dance for mambo.
So sorry.
Sorry,
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Ness.
It's fine.
It's time.
You'll watch the next
It's
musical. The only musical Ernest watched was My Fair Lady, and I was like,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
what a good choice. Best
Mga
choice.
kunatan ang musical good.
wow you're doing that to Ernest no Ernest the scene Hedwig and the Angry Inch
And Moulin Rouge, probably.
Have you seen
Yes.
Moulin Rouge? Oh.
and probably Phantom of the
Oh, Phantom,
Opera.
eh?
Oh, I had to force people to watch
You watch
Phantom.
animated
Cats?
musicals? Well, really?
The
Oh, yeah.
2019 one?
Because you have
kuan.
younger children, you have younger brothers and siblings.
Yeah, very cultured.
Lion
Is Prince of
King.
Egypt considered a musical?
Yeah.
Let's
Hans
watch that
Zimmer
again. I
made the
really like
music.
I
that.
didn't like Prince of Egypt.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that is all we
That's
have
it. That's
for
it. Wow, we managed to squeeze that
Di
in.
mo sing us out of this kuan
What are we gonna
episode?
say? I feel pretty and witty and gay.
And
Is
what?
that it? Gay? I have no idea.
So, watch West Side Story and also The Batman, apparently, because it's
Yes,
good.
it's also very beautiful.
Okay.
Very, very beautiful. Pretty shots. Oh my god.
Mga art hoster, like, parang now, like, pang art hoster dyan ang sige, go like, wow, Batman, but kids are gonna watch it and go like, huh?
Why did they make such a dark, brooding character?
I know.
No one can relate to this.
Because realistically, Batman is a fucked up dude.
Feel ako
Yeah.
kay after sa Batman screenings kay na po yung mga cucumber nga mahinlo sa aisle.
That's a great idea. I
Mama to
haven't
sa-
seen it yet.
Sa 50 Shades.
50 Shades mo, di ba?
Ano lang mo, Uncharted.
No, don't miss out on Batman because our pets is a cutie.
Yeah, and,
Team
and Zoe
Edward.
Kravitz.
Ako na
Zoe.
maingon, dili
Very
siya,
beautiful
ano,
film.
di siya audience,
Friendly.
general audience friendly. Like, na siya pagka,
Mo na
Like-
kino ba?
na mo gawas,
Mo na kino.
like,
If the audience hates it, it means it's good.
If most of the people hate.
they're just, like, may mga tao, oh, you didn't get it. Like, may ano sila. I was like,
Like the Green Knight.
I mean, I got it. I got it, but, like, the kids aren't. I assume. But
You know, kids aren't paying.
They don't have money.
daddy's money.
They don't have
We
money.
watch Batman.
Unless ka mga corporate kids nga.
I would like
Like-
to watch the Batman.
I would like to watch Uncharted and Sing 2. I was promised animated animals. They were just in the trailer.
Oh my god. I think this is how we should.
Yeah, this is how we
Okay.
should end the
Yeah.
podcast. Okay,
Yeah.
this
So-
episode.
Last na yun ako.
Yes.
Again.
Last na po.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bayani
Goodbye,
is
Bayani.
leaving again.
Hopefully, makaabot ko sa mong flight.
Thank you.
That's it for this week.
Yeah,
See
hipos na to.
you next time. Bye.